That is to say, build with intention. As someone who's used a lot of tools for a long time, and also started playing Minecraft on good old PS3 over 10 years ago, building has lost a lot of the meaning behind it. We're making beautiful things, but the actual meaning behind a block has lost a lot of its value. Axiom and World Edit have their places with making some things that take forever easier, like filling large walls. But it can't tell you why it has designed something no more than a coin tells you why it landed on heads. There's no reason behind why an algorithm has chosen a gradient, it simply has because you asked it to. And we can spend all day going back and forth on why Minecraft is as it is now, with, for lack of better words, all the slop, and these huge builds that a lot of the time tend to lack any real meaning behind them. You could argue over it's because of this trend in Minecraft, or because of this person making this kind of content, but I think we've just lost the joy of building along the way, and why it was joyous in the first place. And I am far from infallible on this. It's only this last season of my SMP that I started taking the time to build smaller again. To build at it room by room, block for block, that I re-found that enjoyment I've been looking for. Light Manica has its places as well, although I'm starting to strongly believe, mostly in part to farms and replicating giant builds such as that. Especially when you want to copy over a build that is complex like this, block for block. But there's something to be said about looking at it once and remaking it by hand again. I could take the exact same sketch that I made for this, and I would not end up with the same thing. And there is a beauty in that as well. Sometimes it doesn't have to be perfect. It can simply exist and be. And I think that's far from a new philosophy, but I still feel it's worth mention. Building something small to scale almost reminds me of playing The Sims. It's how I started building before I had proper access to Minecraft, and there's something simple about it. You can make large-scale, ridiculous builds, and there are plenty of ways to do that, and plenty of people doing that, just as there is in Minecraft. But there's also something simple about finding a unique way to place a shelf. Or even placing my new favorite chandelier. And it's things like these that start to bring back a little bit of the joy to something that hasn't had so much of it for me lately. It re-gives life to something I started pushing off to the side a long time ago. It borderlines on even a mindfulness practice. Just taking the time to exist in place one by one. Being extremely mindful is far from something necessary to play the game, but I do think it can start to bring a new appreciation to things, and give a new light to what we take for granted. Because there are very simple ways to do things, and then there's the fun way to do things that's a little annoying and in your way. But it creates something that you actually enjoy coming back to and looking at. There's a high likelihood I could come back to this video in some odd years and go, oh, I can't believe I was using that trick. I remember learning that and now I know such a better way to do it. Do I think building smaller is required to enjoy the game? No, but it certainly makes it a bit more fun to do so. And when you're focused on little details, you can have a little bit of fun with it. Spooky, scary, skull. There are little nooks and crannies you can hide things in everywhere. And suddenly your house has become less of something merely for living in, and more something you can truly hang your hat in. And despite what little I've actually done in here, I do greatly enjoy this kitchen and the few rooms I have actually furnished in the little time I've been recording. What ways do you enjoy building in Minecraft? Because this is certainly my favorite. And I hope to continue doing it for a long, long time, and maybe I'll find something I like even more.